This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99. You draw quicker. Go.
On the ground, Michelle.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Stop your whining.
Now Stidham on 2nd down. They'll get this one to Galladay. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Check your hot read.
On the ground, this is Michelle. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Sony Michel with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6.
Rock it.
On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Go. Hey, Mike, 51. Hey, let go. Hey.
Back to throw. Ebert. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Again, receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it. This is Michel. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Leo.
Now Stidham on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Out. Kill. You're out.
Here's Stidham to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Third and long. It's Stidham. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Ready, set. Check Mike 54. Mike 58. Order. Mike 54. Mike 54. Deep.
On first and 10, Ebert. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now third and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but two incompletions since.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles. Let's go, D. Set. Look at me, zipper. Watch out. 54. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Where we go? Where we go? Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Operating from the gun, Ebert. And he comes back with one complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
From the gun, Ebert. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Intended for D.D. Westbrook. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded at the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. He's checking. There. Kill. Check nickel.
Now Balaj. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Alert 3. Slam. Alert flare. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run on first down. Pollard, and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Pollard again. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Tight dog. Slam. Check the backer. Hey, lock it.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
it. 58, Danny. Go.
On fourth down, Ebert. Past the 20. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth.
60 outlaw. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Quick dash. Go. Swap. Rock it. Check it out.
On first down, Pollard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Hey. Smooth. Screen. Watch the screen.
Looking to throw on second down. Ebert. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
6-6, bullet high.
Operating from the gun. Ebert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Spot. No. Hey, Sam off. 36. Get it.
Looking to throw. Ebert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
51, Mike 51. Nice.
2nd and 2. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 14-yard touchdown. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
Down. 18 Gator. Mike 58 right there. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Snap.
On second down, here's Stidham. Got a man. It's Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
You got nothing. Check three, check three, check three. Shift. Leo.
On third down, Stidham fighting through pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes Grant on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Ebert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, D. Here I come. Hey, go out. 24. Check 24. Check 37. Check it.
Back to throw. Ebert. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Operating from the gun, Ebert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 15. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Rush in. Hey, Alpha. Fire.
Stidham. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
We got to step it up. Look, squeeze. Shoot.
Stidham, third down from the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
At the 49-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Delta. Go. Jim. Bam. Check 43. Ready.
2nd and 11. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
No. Guard. Look at me. Zipper. 25.
Looking to throw. Ebert. There goes a deep ball. End zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stidham to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now Stidham. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Stidham going for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll buy some time right. Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
On the double. You ain't going nowhere.
Off play action. Ebert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now it'll be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.